the rivers will run red.
Vladimir's passive gives him bonus health based on his ability power and bonus ability power based on his health. It won't be significant in the laning phase, but it does give him options to build either health or AP and become rather tanky for a mage. Vladimir's Q is a spell vamp ability that deals magic damage to a single target. He'll likely use this in lane to poke or to last hit minions. It deals low damage in the early game, so don't be afraid to get within its range, but in the mid to late game you'll want to play around its range and trade when it's on cooldown. Vladimir's W conjures a pool of blood that Vladimir sinks into to deal magic damage, slow enemies, and make him untargetable. It costs 20% of his current health for him to use it, so he will most likely use it as an escape when he's at extremely low health. However, do be aware that he can use it easily to tower dive you and dodge the tower shots. Since the cooldown is so long, consider ganking if he used his W. Vladimir's E is an AoE ability that fires a torrent of blood that deals magic damage to all targets within a certain radius. Every time he uses his E, it creates an empowered stack that increases the damage on his next cast of E and gives him bonus regeneration stats. Don't trade with him when he has full stacks. A lot of the time he'll use E on a minion wave to keep his stacks up, so trade once it's on cooldown and back off before he can use it on you. Vladimir's R is an AoE nuke that deals magic damage to all enemies within its range. All enemies that are hit with the ability also take increased damage for 5 seconds, so he'll likely use it at the beginning of a team fight when you're clumped together. A good counter to this spell is Quicksilver Sash or Banshee's Veil. Vladimir's trading is poke heavy and high sustain, so try to play aggressively and burst him down between his E cooldowns. Don't force extended fights since he'll likely out-sustain you. Always keep in mind the stacks on his E since they could also give him a big advantage. Be more cautious at level 6 when trading with his ultimate since it can easily turn a fight in his favor. The important cooldowns are his W and his E, which are 26 seconds and 4.5 seconds. Be aware of when Vladimir gets Rabadon's death cap since it increases the benefits of his passive and makes him much tankier, and Will of the Ancient since it will give him a significant amount of sustain in lane. Vladimir is a high sustain champion with a weak early game but very strong late game. Pick a lane bully and try to get a lead on him in the early levels. If you're playing AP, make sure to get Morellonomicon to counter his spell vamp effect once he's lower than 40% health. Also, avoid forced teamfights since his teamfighting potential with his ultimate is extremely strong.